Well, right now it is time for our weekly segment called My Money Story, and today we check out and hang out with former pro surfer Roxy and find out whether she's been able to surf the billabongs of the financial world.
So right now is that time of the week again, hashtag My Money Story with Expresso, where each week we sit down with someone who has excelled in their chosen field to learn more about their journey with money and the lessons that they've learned along the way. Now today we are joined by a woman who started her career as a surfer, then she became a model, an actress, and now she is a nutritional therapist and a yoga instructor at that as well. So we welcome Roxy Louw to our studio, and we're also of course joined by certified financial planner Grant van Zyl from the Wealth Room. Lady and gent, good morning and welcome to the couch. Yeah.
It's always nice to have a pretty lady in studio with us.
Never complaining, never complaining. Roxy, how are you doing?
Very good.
Yeah, it's like I've done too. We've just been talking, checking your Instagram. You're traveling all over the place. You're doing your thing. It's amazing. You're living the life.
Wow. Well, I've had a few months of travel since I've opened up the yoga journey. It's kind of just, you know, things spiral and you go and study more and a little bit more and have a bit of fun.
Of course. So was the travels to learn different styles and get into it a little bit
just
more?
To extend on my 200 hours. So I did a bit of healing and a bit of chakra work. Yeah, very all in the energy field.
I love it. I love it.
Listen,
let's talk finances. This is why we're really here. Let's take it back for us. Paint us a picture as to your very first memory with regards to money.
Wow, my first memory. I was always, actually, I know which one. I used to bake fudge.
Okay.
And I remember being at school and just baking fudge, and everyone always wanted my fudge. So
Okay.
I got to a point that I kind of thought, hang on, everyone wants the sugar boost in the day, which I now stand against. And I love baking, so I just started selling fudge in class. And I think I made enough money to save up and travel when I finished school to Australia, to my cousins.
Are you serious?
I coined it a little bit, which
Look
was
at Chipanera.com right here, hey?
Yeah,
jeez,
that was
like
my
selling
first
fudge.
memory,
Well, I would have bought a block of fudge if I was there. I'm just saying.
I think all the guys bought the fudge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sugary sweet.
Absolutely. So this is very exciting. I mean, now you mentioned you love traveling. You're into it. You're a yoga instructor now as well. You've got so much that you're busy doing. What have you learned along the way? What are some of those hard lessons with regards to finances that you've learned along the way?
Well, one thing I do always stand by is I don't do business with friends. I find, you know, those are two places, you know, you shouldn't intermix. And then in terms of finance, just saving money, investing in property. I don't spend unnecessarily. I think just wherever you can save.
So
budget where you can, living a basic life, keeping it simple, but then extending it over a couple of months. So, like I was saying, traveling to Thailand over traveling to, you know, wherever, it's a bit cheaper and you can get the same benefits.
Yeah, exactly. But the first point that you mentioned is actually brilliant. Like,
I want to get back into that.
A lot of people have that philosophy, and sometimes it's actually a really good thing, because I've seen many relationships just explode because of intermixing those two things. So you have to be really careful with that. Eh?
Yeah, and then you can't be straight in, I think, in a partnership. So you've got your friendship and you've got the feelings, and so I'm just like, cut that aside.
Ooh, scary. Yeah, friends stay friends and not business partners. It's all good. But listen, we're going to be answering some of your questions. So take a minute and think about some of the questions that you would like to ask with regards to money. Grant is here. He's going to give you some great advice, and then we'll be back with hashtag My Money Story in just a bit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Right now we continue with hashtag My Money Story on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This morning we are joined by a very special guest. She's a surfer, she's a model, an actress, a nutritional therapist, a yoga instructor. Roxy Louw joins us, and Grant is here to give us some very valuable advice when it comes to her money. Roxy, once again, for those people that just tuned in, welcome. Lovely to have you. Just to reiterate your story that you've shared earlier on, very interesting the way you kind of your first memory with money with regards to what you've done as a child, selling fudge.
Yeah, well, baking was always my thing, and I loved cooking, and I think I still spend my downtime actually in the kitchen.
Oh, nice.
It's just on a healthier, there's no sugar.
I love it now that the thing that enabled her to travel back then, she's completely against right now.
Exactly, but it's the same passion and drive that's taken me to where I am.
It's the same passion and drive. I like that. What are some of the questions that you are still asking at this point in your career with regards to money and finances?
I've always kind of done everything on my own budget, which is quite interesting. I've never gone into investment, so I was wondering, you know, what is the advantages of having an investment or want to invest in a company or in a starting business? Or is it better to go by your own pocket?
Okay.
Good question.
Okay, so just to clarify that, so is it better to get someone to invest into a company, like for example a yoga studio,
Say
or should you do
yoga
it
studio.
should you do it yourself? Okay, well there's a new philosophy out there. It's called bootstrapping. So basically what it is, and I think you're going to enjoy this, is it's growing your business organically.
Okay.
So basically you go and grow it as much as you can grow it, and then when you get to a point where you get stuck and you need a capital injection, you then decide, are you going to keep it at that level until you save up enough, or do you get an investor to buy into the philosophy and to put in the capital injection? So the bottom line is, when you get to that point, it's just choosing the right person, because in the previous segment you spoke about not having business with friends or mixing those two. So it's the same thing there. Like, who do you have as a partner in your baby, you know, to go forward?
Interesting. You know, that's always been an interesting thing. And I think with marketing these days, you know, you can kind of do your own social media marketing. You don't need that injection to put billboards up on the posters anymore.
Totally,
so it's quite an interesting, I've been, you know, toying with this.
Yeah, we live in a totally different
It's a different world,
Look, there's always the saying, you know, if you want something done, do it yourself. You know, that's kind of the attitude I think that a lot of people are taking. But I mean, in some certain instances, I'm sure that it could be healthy to kind of invest in a business if, like you're saying, if your values and your morals are on par with what you are getting yourself into.
Yeah, and it's also make sure you don't give away too much equity that you have no longer any control over it. So you want to always have that decision-making power, and then it's just finding the right person to obviously go along on that journey with you. I mean, for example, if you're wanting to start a beautiful yoga studio and it's here on the Sea Point Promenade, and to find a place is going to cost you a couple of $1,000, but you know you can fill it, then it's a no-brainer doing it yourself. But if you got an opportunity to buy a place and you don't have the capital and you know it's a no-brainer to do it, then it might be worth your while to get someone to help you buy the place, and then you figure out a percentage of ownership and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that helped you
Yes,
this morning.
very
I hope
much.
so.
Yeah, really interesting.
Cool.
So
But organic growth, bootstrapping.
Bootstrapping. I won't forget that one.
Yeah, there you
Sounds
go.
like something that Captain Jack Sparrow would say, dude.
Yeah, well,
Bootstrapping.
it comes back from the bootlegging days.
You see now. Listen, all the best for you, Roxy. Thank you so much for
Thanks.
joining us.
Awesome.
Where are you off to next?
Oh, at this moment, I'm here for the next month. So I'm in South Africa.
So when are we going to have a yoga session?
Let me know. I'll come in. I'll make you guys smoothies if you want.
Done.
There we go.
Smoothies and
Healthy
yoga.
food and yoga.
Love it.
Why not?
Who
Tip
knew
of
we'll
the
get
day.
that?
There you go.
Love it. Thank you so much, guys. And that's a wrap for your hashtag My Money Story right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll do it all over again next week with yet another South African personality learning about their relationship with money and finances.